A review and comparison of the Tripltek T7121 rugged high brightness tablet, that coming up right after this. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Ryan. If you're new here, we do a lot of tips, tricks, and reviews for mostly drone-related and photography-related equipment. So if that's something that you're interested in, please consider subscribing. It's greatly appreciated. Today we are going to be reviewing the Tripltek T7121 rugged high brightness tablet, mostly specifically for drone use, but it will apply elsewhere as well if you're just going to use it as a standard tablet too. So we're going to be comparing it to other drone devices like the DJI CrystalSky high nit. This is a 1000 nit display as well, and also the DJI smart controller as well. So let's get into some of the specs of this tablet. This tablet is a 1000 nit display that's identical to both the CrystalSky as well as the smart controller, so you can expect similar brightness. We're going to be testing that out today. It's a about 50% overcast day, so it's not extremely bright, but we're going to try to hit some bright spots here and do some comparisons. First off, this is going to be a completely unbiased review. Tripltek did send us this to review. We have 15 days to review it, and we do have to send it back, so I'm not getting compensated for this review at all, so expect everything that I say to be true and genuine, what I actually believe. Everybody that's seen this channel before knows that I am a huge DJI fan, so it's going to take a lot to dethrone those DJI products. So that being said, let's get into some of the specs about this Tripltek T7121. It is a very rugged display. You can see it's got built-in bumpers all the way around. It's a lot of metal in this. It is actually quite heavy. It is a 7-inch display, but it weighs 1 pound 7 ounces. That's almost as much as my iPad Air. That is a quite larger display. So expect this to weigh a little bit more than your traditional 7-inch tablet. Now this tablet does have a lot more memory and also RAM compared to the CrystalSky display and the DJI smart controller. In this guy, they pack in 6 gig of RAM as well as 128 megabytes of internal memory. I'm going to throw up a quick comparison between these three displays that we're comparing so you can see differences in both processor, memory, as well as internal RAM for all of these products. Some other features of this tablet is it is cellular compatible. It comes with 3 different SIM card trays depending on what type of SIM card you have. It is unlocked, so you can use it with most other carriers. It also has a external memory card slot, micro SD card slot for further expansion in case you hit your limit with that built-in 128 gig of internal memory. It also features a headphone jack. We've got a USB-C charging port, as well as there's a separate DC charging port. We also have front and rear facing cameras. Now, most of us using these for drone work probably aren't going to be using those 2 cameras, but having a 13 megapixel camera with a built-in flash here on the back is handy to have just in case. All right, the sun has peaked out. It's quite bright right now, so I thought it'd be a good time to compare the brightness of these two. We're going to compare the CrystalSky versus the Tripltek tablet. So here we go, just straight across. Now you will notice that there is a matte screen protector on the Tripltek tablet, so that's going to help quite a bit with your glare. I'm going to go ahead and change the rotation angle here just a little bit so we can get it at all angles. So now it's time to compare the Tripltek versus the DJI smart controller. All right, here we go. So here's the Tripltek, and then to the smart controller. Change the angle. Change the angle down. So let me know in the comments section what you think about the brightness comparison between these 3 devices. I think it actually fares really well against all three, and it being a separate rugged tablet is great. Now obviously you lose the added convenience of having the built-in controller with this that's compatible with now most of the Mavic line other than the Mavic Mini, and the original Mavic Pro. All right, and now as far as the operating systems go, the operating system on all three of the devices we're talking about, including the Tripltek, is a Android based, so you're going to be running on an Android operating system on all three. One of the nice things about the Tripltek is it does run a little bit later version, a newer version of Android operating system. It runs on Android 8.1, so that is going to be compatible with most of your third-party apps, such as Drone Deploy, Litchi, and many of those other third-party apps that are most likely not going to be compatible on the other two DJI devices because they run on an older operating system. All right, so first off, we're going to be testing this out with the Phantom 4 Pro, and we'll be testing it with one other drone today, the Mavic Air 2. So that will be coming up next when we reach a different portion of our shoot today. Now, we are out on site. This is an actual job site. I will be using this as part of my daily routine when I come out and shoot one of these projects. So I will be able to let you know if I come across any issues as we're going through this. I will be screen recording on the device itself so you can see exactly what's going on. First off, we're taking off the Phantom 4 Pro. We will be using Drone Deploy with this to do a site scan of this rather large community, and we'll see how it goes. All right, as far as connecting goes, this does fit in the Phantom 4 Pro's standard device holder, so that's not an issue. It just clamps right down on that. You will need a USB-A to a USB-C cable. You can see the one I have today is a little on the long side, but that's okay. Just ignore this other cable. This goes to my CrystalSky when I have that installed, so that's nothing there. All right, so we're going through our pre-flight checklist on Drone Deploy, and all that went well, so let's go ahead and start the flight. Now I am noticing as this thing is capturing images that it is stuttering with the image capture. Now I don't know if it's because of this metal device kind of in the way, even to shoot them straight at it. It still struggles a little bit, and the image, let's go ahead and let that continue recording. First I paused my screen recording thinking it was maybe issues with the screen recorder, and I will try again, make sure it's just not my drone causing the issue. But see, now it's doing a little bit better, and I'm not that far away. I'm actually right above us, so normally you'd want the flat blade of the antennas pointing directly at the drone, and we are still getting some image transmission issues. So I'm guessing, and it's not constant, every now and then that it does that, but just to note that is an issue. We'll try it out on the DJI Go 4 and see if it has similar issues with the Phantom 4 Pro. Well, after all that, you'll see on the screen recording it has gotten much better, so it might have just been an issue with the image transmission itself. It still occasionally stutters, but it does look like it's a kind of image transmission stutter. Just looking at movement and such of the drone on the map and panning the map, all that is good. So I don't think it's an issue with actual image processing on the tablet itself. All right, so flight number one using the Tripltek tablet has been complete. That was using the Drone Deploy program. Next up, we're going to attach that Tripltek tablet to the Mavic Air 2 remote controller and see how it does with that device using the DJI Fly app. All right, so a couple things that you're going to need in order to get the Tripltek tablet attached to your Mavic Air 2. They do include, at least they did include in my test unit, a USB-C male to female adapter, so you can simply unplug the USB-C that's in the top of your Mavic Air 2 controller and essentially just have an extension in order to make it long enough to go into your tablet. Or you can get a USB-C male to male connection and simply remove this DJI cable. That works as well. That is going to be the method I am going to try. So here, we'll take this one out. I'm going to go over to the trunk. Now this one's also a little longer than it needs to be, but so USB-C does have to go into the top. It will not work if you put it into the bottom, so just remember that. And then the other one end will plug in into the tablet. One other thing that you're going to need to do, because the Mavic Air 2 controller only works with cell phones, you're going to need some sort of extension piece in order, or a tablet adapter in order to get that to work. We do offer one specifically. We made one for this Tripltek tablet since it is quite a bit thicker in this rugged case. Most of the tablet adapters out there that you'll find are not going to work because they're designed for a much thinner tablet like a iPad, something of that nature. So in order to install that, all you do is simply slide it in here. Oops, slide it in and you turn it clockwise to tighten, and to remove you turn counterclockwise. It will only work in that nature. So if you try to turn it the other way, it's not going to turn. So once you have that installed with the correct side up, we will just slide that in there, and then that just rests on the feet there. And then we will plug in our cable. I would recommend getting a smaller cable. You could work with a 12-inch male to male USB-C cable to get this guy to work. So let's plug this in, and we will check everything out, make sure it works, and we'll get in the air. All right, so we are connected to the drone. Let's go ahead and I'll start my screen recorder here, and I will ignore the new firmware update for now, and we will go fly. All right, everything looks like it's connected. Let's go ahead and take off. All right, so everything appears to be working just fine. Now this segment of my typical shoot at these sites, I have to be on the move, so I'm gonna have to take down my tripod, and I will report back with you as soon as I get done to let you know my findings. Everything went really well. Had very little issues that I could even complain of with this Tripltek T71. That only issue we had was with that Phantom 4 Pro and the video lag. I don't believe it was any part of the tablet. I think that maybe the tablet was covering the antennas too much. The more I tried to aim the antennas directly at it without the tablet being in between, it did much better. So I think it was just the signal being blocked. When it was installed on the Mavic Air 2 and the Mavic 2 Pro, had zero issues at all. Video is beautifully crisp, clear, no issues, no lag, and no broken up video. So highly recommend it. Worked well on a DJI Go 4 app, worked well on the DJI Fly app. It did also work great on drone deploy, no problem there with the mapping issue. I did not try it on Litchi today. I went ahead and used DJI Go 4 to do the panoramas instead of Litchi that I needed to do. So all the automated functions work great with the tablet, so no complaints. Very good, Tripltek. So that is it for this review. Tripltek did give us a coupon code that you can use to get $50 off your tablet. If you want to go ahead and cash in on that deal, just click on the link in the description below, take you to Tripltek's website, enter the code ArielPixel at checkout for that $50 discount. If you like this video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. It helps the channel out greatly. And as always, fly safe and bye for now.